Okay, done. Thank you guys for reminding me. All right. So is the option chain information clear? All right. So now let's take a look at the parameters to assess our liquidity. Okay. So the requirements for a tradable option are open interest. Okay. The open interest should be greater than equal to 10,000 contracts for the front month. The open interest should be greater than 10,000 contracts. Remember what it is? Contracts. Inclusive of C and P. So basically what you have to do is you see this. Okay, let me go to, let's say, Nifty and the yearly expiry, monthly expiry. Okay, so 28th Feb is the expiry. Now do you see the number here? This is the total and this is the front month, that is February. This is the total call open interest in terms of number of shares. This is the total put interest, open interest in terms of number of shares. So let us add this. So Reliance, we saw that there were 36,444 contracts, right? Open interest. So is that greater than 10,000? Yes. So Reliance is the first criteria for Reliance works. So let's see for Nifty 27,557 700 plus 27,490 425. All right, you get this and you divide this by 75 now. That is the lot size, which gives you 7,33,975, close to 0.7 million shares or 0.75 million contracts. And how much is the requirement? 10,000. So does this satisfy? Only the front month. All right. So this is how you look for the open interest. So the list of stocks that I'm going to give are liquid by default, because those, so once an option is liquid, it tends to remain liquid. So is the first criteria clear? Now the second criteria is volume. Yes, options you can trade in Nifty, Venkatesh. Yes, new stocks will be added, and in fact, even you can tell us. So let's say tomorrow, Renuka, you look at particular script, and let's say you want to trade options here. Then, and it is not in the list that I provided you. You simply go and do this math. If it works, if everything is fine, we will add it to the list. So you'll just have to inform us in any of the Excel sessions. Just let us know that Ajit, I have seen this. So similar, Jet Airways was something that we added because it was earlier not. Then a student pointed out that Jet Airways is liquid, so we saw everything, and then we added Jet Airways also to the list. Okay. Now the second criteria is the volume. Okay, the volume should be greater than or equal to 300 contracts for at the money strike. Volume should be greater than equal to 300 contracts for at the money strike for the front month. So when we go back to the open interest, now Nifty is trading at 10,730. So what is going to be the at the money strike? 10,800 or 10,700 is the right choice because we are trading at 10,730, right? So which is closer to 10,700. If it was about 10,750, then you would take 10,800. Now here is a word of caution to everyone. Do not take the middle series, that is a 50 series. 10 750, 10 850, 10 650. Don't take that. They are not really liquid. So if you see here in the open interest, okay, if you see here in the open interest, this is the open interest for 10,700 and look at the open interest for 10,750. So don't take this. Take the full numbers. I guess eventually they're going to stop this because there was one notice that I read from SEBI or an article wherein they say that because of a lot of manipulation, they are planning to stop the 650, 750 series and keep only the 100 series. Okay. Now, so at the money is 10,700. So if we take a look at the volume, this is the volume. Okay. Volume. Now, volume is in terms of number of contracts. Remember this. I don't know why NSE has kept it. By the way, you won't believe this. Okay. If you try, you can achieve a lot of things. This total was never there initially. This last total, right? I send out an email to NSE just like that, saying that why don't you add a total column here, and why don't you make this same either in terms of number of shares or in terms of number of contracts. So they did not do that, but they definitely added this. Exactly. So when I was trading this and I said, अरे क्या ये रोज रोज मैं ऐड करते बैठूंगा, so I just wrote an email to NSE, and after some time they did add it. So whenever you have a problem, right, find a solution. What did it cost me to send that email? So you can also do this. Do not hesitate. Okay, but I still, yeah, 2 minutes it took. That's it. The only thing is they did not change this. I don't know why. They did not give me any explanation. Neither did they send me a reply saying that we have added for you. But when I saw later on, this started coming, and I was like, oh wow. All right. Now the 10,700 has 23,521. Our requirement is only 300 contracts. Total call OI plus total put OI, not total call OI minus total put OI. Arun. Yeah, तो माइनस साइन है उधर. Okay. So is the Nifty's at the money strike open interest greater than 300? So you'd look at both call options and put option. Call option 23,521, put option 34. So that means there is enough volume every day. So that means a lot of options are traded every day. And why do we see lot of options traded every day and lot of open interest? No, individual should be 300 Sony, not combined. No, so that the spread is tighter. You don't get slippages. More volume, less slippages. Less volume, more slippages. Remember that. All right. So here it should be 300 and here also it should be 300. That's it. And you know why we look at the money strikes? Remember, now I will tell you the rules. You know that AOA and AOB, yeah, individually you'll have to check 300 contracts. Whereas total open interest is addition of both calls and puts for front month. AOA stands for at or above supply. AOB stands for at or below demand. So generally when we are buying options or even selling options are in directional strategies, our option strikes are usually at the money or slightly in the money. So by looking at this, we can infer that the at the money strike is always going to be liquid. So we won't get spread issues. Make sense? Okay. So now let's take a quick look at Reliance and see what is the Reliance. Yeah, so usually volume you look at after first 45 minutes or 50 minutes. Like now you can take a look at volume, Shrikant. As long as the moment you see 300, that's it, your job is done. At the money C is equal to 300, at the money P is equal to 300. Do not add. Suno bhai, remember one thing. Why we have to look at 300 for both? 300 on call side, 300 put side. आपका जो भी trade है, let's say if it's a bullish, then you will go with the call. If it's bearish, you're going to go with the put, isn't it? So both should be liquid, right? At any given point in time. Now, if you look at Reliance, Reliance is trading at 1243, so 1260 is going to be, or 1240 is going to be at the money. Yeah, so both should be greater than 300. Now look at this, Reliance. Volume is 2604 contracts on the call side and 982 on the put side. Are they greater than 300? Perfect. So this criteria also matches. Now let's take a look at a script where the criteria doesn't match. Let's say ACC. So ACC is not a optionable stock. So let's add the OI here for ACC. So it's 304400 plus 2234. It's 538400 divided by 400 is the lot size. It's only 1346 contracts. And what is the minimum requirement for us? Open interest. 10,000, not 1 lakh, 10,000. Arun, Chandrasekhar, Nizamuddin, you all wrote 1 lakh. It's 10,000, 10K. Okay. But this is less than that, right? Way less. It is only 1346 contracts and we need 10,000 contracts. Isn't it? Now take a look at the money. I'll show you. I'll tell you, Venkatesh. The at the money will be 1400 now. So if you look at 1400, look at the volume. 80. Look at the volume. 5 contracts. Okay. Now take a look at the put bid and ask price. Do you see the put bid and ask price? No, it won't be mentioned, Bhavya. You'll have to calculate it on your own. But once you have to only calculate it once, not always. Now, if you see this, isn't there a spread of 4 rupees 80 paise? Yeah, because once an option is liquid, it tends to remain liquid. That's why. What did I calculate, Samshuddin? 1346. Simple. You add this 30400 plus 234 2,34,000 and divide by the lot size, which is 400. That is how you get 1346. What kind of people must be trading? Those who are non-OTA, they will be trading this. मार्केट में ना बकरों की कमी नहीं है, याद रखो पहले तो ये कभी अज्यूम मत करना तुमको ना नॉविसेस नहीं मिलेंगे। अरे भर भर के मिलते हैं। इनफैक्ट novices are way more than professionals. 3 to 5% of the traders in the market are going to be professionals. Everybody else is going to be novice, and I am not going to mix words and say that you guys are also novices as of now. Why? Because you guys will also be tempted to buy illiquid stocks. All right, so you have chosen to take the right path. 30 M Chandra, it is 30. अरे 30 बहुत है, मालूम है क्या? 220 में कहाँ का? अभी एक बात बताइए, 220 अपना लेट्स टेक द बिग ट्रेड लिस्ट ऑफ ट्रेड शेर खान. ओके, बिग ट्रेड लिस्ट. नाउ बिग ट्रेड लिस्ट में अप्रोक्सीमेटली 200 स्टॉक्स है. क्या आप सारे 200 स्टॉक्स ट्रेड करते हो एवरी डे या एनी टाइम? हैव यू? आई हैव नॉट इवन गॉन बियॉन्ड 50 ऑफ दोस 200 stocks. So this is a big number for options. Imagine you have to identify optionable trades in 30 stocks. It's not going to be an easy task. It requires a lot of effort. Are you willing to put in that kind of effort? No, all Nifty 50 stocks are not optionable. How much time will it take to become novice to pros? It depends on you. For options, you take minimum 6 months, depending on how much work you will put in. Now, if you see this, so Venkatesh, you asked if somebody takes this, what will happen? You see the spread is 4 rupees 80 paise. So getting in and getting out of the trade will cost you 5 rupees straight. तो 2000 रुपए तो आपका एंट्री एग्जिट में ही चला जाएगा. 400 रुपए इंटू 5. And let's say you had bought a call option, a put option, and that became liquid. As your strike starts becoming in the money, right, the spread will start increasing. Look at these spreads: 83.95, 69.113, 81.141, 142, 154. Isn't it? So even let's say even if you bought this at the money thinking that okay यहाँ पे ज्यादा spread नहीं है, 1 रुपए का ही spread है, चलता है, we buy it. But when it becomes in the money, right, you will see that the spread will keep on increasing. Look at this spread, 83.95. Yeah. So that's the reason we do not take such trades. All right. Options is all about how I can manage my risk. That's it. You manage your risk, you are set. You don't manage your risk, you are donating. And all logical rules. You will, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. This is what I tried to do. So all of you might feel, right, that अरे ये इतने strict rules है, लेकिन ट्रेड कैसे मिलेंगे, पैसा कैसे बनेगा, इतना strict rules है तो. करेक्ट? ये रूल तोड़ने की कोशिश की है मैंने. इवन आई वॉज लाइक यू. घंटा कुछ मिलेगा यहाँ पे. पैसा क्यों दिया मैंने? सीखने के लिए कि अगर मुझे बाय नहीं करने का है तो. सबके दिमाग में यही रहेगा, राइट? अरे पैसा दे के सीख रहे हो and they says you can't buy options. Okay, all right, Modi. So you might be feeling that if so many strict rules are there, how can I trade options then? You're not allowing me to buy options because there is no liquidity. in the far months, and you're saying you cannot buy the front month options. So what I did was I tried to break these rules, and you know how? By buying front month options. Trust me, only once I made money. कितना बनाते हैं सोनी इंट्राडे में बताइए? 5,000 रुपया। तुमको एक फ्यूचर लॉट में 1 रुपये ऊपर जाएगा, 5,000 रुपये मिल जाएगा। अरे चिंदी नहीं बनने का है, ट्रेडर बनने का है। कबाड़ी वाला नहीं बनने का अपने को 5,000 रुपये कमा के। 50,000 रुपये कम से कम कमाने का है। Then you will feel good about being a trader, right? Once you start making 5 lakhs a month, then you will say, okay, took the right decision. What is the point of making 5,000 a day? No, then if you want to only make 5,000, right? I'll tell you, job is a better option. Why? Why job is a better option? Blood pressure बिल्कुल नहीं बढ़ेगा आपका। ज्यादा पैसा भी मिलेगा, सुबह चुपचाप 9 बजे जाने का, शाम को 6 बजे आने का। बड़ा सोचोगे तो think about the moon, you'll at least reach the tree top. All right? रमेश जी कर दिया ना सब खराब। क्या आता है 5,000 में? एक डिनर भी नहीं आता 4 लोगों के लिए अच्छे होटल में। इफ यू आर हैप्पी विथ 5,000, फ्यूचर्स में आपको 5,000 ऐसे बन जाएंगे। ऑप्शंस का काय को मगजमारी करने का इतना? या सो ओल्ड पीपल व्हाट? सो ओल्ड पीपल डोंट हैव एफिनिटी फॉर मनी क्या? You don't have affinity for money. You don't want to think that okay, I want to be a trader, I want to make big money. If you think you have enough money, start donating. I'll send you my bank account. No रे Rahul, 5 lakhs per month. सब जब कोर स्ट्रेटेजी से 1,000 रुपए पहुंच नहीं सकते तो ऑप्शन से कैसे पहुंचोगे 5,000? बताइए जरा मेरे को। लेट मी नो हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू रीच दैट टारगेट ऑफ 5,000 यूजिंग ऑप्शंस। डोंट डू इट गाइस। आई मीन थिंक बिग। a, a trader's job is not to pick pennies. A trader's job is to ensure that once he takes a trade, it's like an eagle. Okay, just focus. Moment you get that opportunity, dive into that. Absolutely, Vasudev. Why you can't have that? Probably now is the time when you can live your dreams. You can do what you want to do. Maybe you're done with most of your responsibilities, isn't it? Futures, the big trade list, Vasudev, Rajiv. Okay, so since now I'm understanding most of your age, please forgive me if I have been rude or if I have not been nice. The intention is not to be like that. The intention is primarily to ensure that you understand the best things. Okay, but I'm younger than you, sir. Yeah, Suresh, everything is a process, step by step. Just take those steps and you will be there. Do not assume. So remember, even if you have to become a good medicine doctor, you are going to take a lot of time, right? Okay, Ashish is how many open positions one should have beat futures. Okay, Ashish, ask me this question tomorrow because tomorrow when I am going to talk about how to begin your trading career in options, I will let you know about these also. All right. Okay, so let's move ahead now. All right, Ramesh ji, thank you very much. Appreciate your comments. Futures and options both. Thank you, Anand. That's okay, Suresh. That's how the beginning. It's in the beginning. Don't worry about that. That's normal. That's a normal progression that happens. Okay. So now let's go to the next. So open interest and volume. Is everything clear? Anybody has any doubts? Okay. The last one is spread. Acceptable spreads depends on the options price. Remember, option price. Again, I am repeating, options price, not the stock price. Options price. If the option price is less than 60 rupees, the spread can be up to 6 rupees. Okay. If the option price is less than 60 rupees, then the spread between bid and ask that you can accept is about 6 rupees. If the option price is between 60 and 180, the spread is 12 rupees. And if the option price is 180 and up, it is less than or equal to 18 rupees. So if you see, 10% of the options price is an fair spread that you can accept. 10% of the option price. No, no, option price, the premium, Puru. Yeah, correct, Amit. No, 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 Purupet. Spread is not because of that. Spread is only because of the number of participants in the market. That's it. Nothing else. Not really. See, 10% is the outer boundary, Rajiv. You'll always have it below that. Don't worry. Okay. So let's go and check our examples here. We'll go to Reliance. Now, ACC does have it for the call and the put, but then if you see the other two, correct, the other two criteria are not met, like 10,000 open interest and 300 volume. So if I go to Nifty, at the money strike is 10,700. If you see, what is the spread? The option price is 46, and what is the spread? It's 30 paise. And since the option price is 46, you're allowed up to 4.6 rupees, isn't it? Yeah, so this is valid. And if you look at the call side, again, so if you look at the call side, it is 10 paise only. And if you take a look at Reliance, trading at 1248. So let's say 1240. Look at the spread. 15 paise, 20 paise. Is that okay, Bhavya? Not yet. Screen is blurred. Is everybody seeing screen blurred? Let me check. Yeah, Bhavya, your internet connection is bad. Your internet connection is bad. It shows here. Now, if I have to check for something else, let's say Grasim. Just give me a moment, guys. So Grasim, if you see, it's not liquid, but let me see if any other script which is like that. SBI is liquid. SBI is liquid. So if you take a look, SBI is trading at 270. Look at the spread. 5 paise, 10 paise. McDowell is also liquid, I think. So the spread in McDowell is also 525, 530. Yeah, it's a little bit more. It's more. It's not liquid. Escorts, again the same. 660, about 60 paise, 1 rupee. We are going to give you the list, Arun. Alright? Anyways, that's now. Let's not get into this more detail. Page Industries, no, Page Industries in a downtrend, Ashish. Avoid it. Let me check one moment. Okay, it did come to that. Yeah, alright. Weekly. Yeah, confirmation. Probably on tomorrow, not today. Nothing. It doesn't indicate anything, Prasanna. Don't get into all that. Alright. Now I'll tell you, I'll modify this rule a little bit. This is what I have done in my personal thing. So what I give importance is if this is around 5,000, up to 5,000 is also okay. Greater than 5,000 is okay, but I will not compromise on these two. Volume and spread I won't compromise. Open interest I can compromise that up to 5,000. But volume should be minimum 300 every day and the spread should be less than 10% of the options price. That's it. This is the minimum criteria that I'm going to use. I use in my trading. All right. Now this is how good liquidity versus bad liquidity is. Good liquidity is the open interest is completely filled and bad liquidity is like that. Very scarcely filled. Yes, at the money strike. Prasanna. Yes, Suresh, every day means every day at the money strike should be at least 300 contracts. All right. Is that fine, everyone? Any questions on that? Yes, after 10 is good enough. Okay. Now, option strategy selection. The volatility assessment and the volatility methodology dictates the optimal strategy to use. So when we are in section 1, that is the options are very, very deflated. The strategy that we use are buy calls and buy puts. Okay. So each of these section will have one bullish strategy and one bearish strategy. प्रसन्ना, क्या सवाल है? लॉन्ग कॉल डीप इन द मनी हम लेते ही नहीं है, तो वो सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता. You're not supposed to buy long call deep in the money. If you want to buy deep in the money, rather than that, you go ahead and buy a futures contract. That is better. So each of these sections will have one bullish and one bearish. So in section 1, bullish strategy is buy call, bearish strategy is buy put. Not recommended unless the script provides 90 days out expiration options. There should be liquid. Otherwise, there is no point of doing buy call, buy put. You're going to just donate your money. Okay. And or synthetic strategies. In section 2, which is slightly inflated, then within section 1, the strategy is you will have vertical debit spread. So you'll have a bullish vertical debit spread and you will have a bearish vertical debit spread, bull call spread and bear put spread, or synthetics. Section 3, ratio spreads, butterflies. Okay, now these ratio spreads and butterflies are removed from the syllabus. So in fact your manual won't be there. It won't have in your manual. It won't be there in your manual, by the way, these section 3 strategies. And there is a reason why we have removed them. Okay, when I am explaining the strategies, I'll show it to you. Then you decide whether it makes sense to keep it or remove it. Excel is also ratio spreads and butterflies are not there. When I will explain it to you, right? Or do you want me to explain it to you now, leaving everything? Section 4. Now these are debit. This could be debit or credit. And when you come here, these are all credit strategies. Section 4 strategy is, okay, let's go to section 5. Section 5, very inflated, sell call and sell put. Now this is what you can do in absolutely all the 30 stocks. Section 4 and section 5 strategies can be done in all the stocks. The only exception is section 1 and section 2, which can as of now be only done in Nifty and to some extent in Bank Nifty. Section 4, which is lesser inflated, you will have vertical credit spread. It's going to be a bear call spread for supply and a bull put spread for demand. And iron condor and short strangle are non-directional strategies. Section 4 non-directional, section 5 non-directional. Sideways, when the stock is in sideways. Alright. Now, let's get into option selection parameters. Expiration. When net buying options, expiration needs to be at least 90 days out for long-term macro trading. There are specifics covered in XLT program. Now, this is not applicable in India. This is not applicable in India because we do not have long-term options. Nifty does have, but it is not liquid. When net selling options, expiration needs to be 60 days or less. So when you're selling options, first try the front month. If you don't get RR, then go to the next month. And when you're buying options, you'll have to always try minimum 90 days. That is 3 months from now. Okay. Now strike selection. Both anchor and offset units. Now I'll talk about what are anchor and offset units later on. Both anchor and offset units always needs to be selected based on the supply and demand zones located in the price chart. Use strikes AOA at the money or above supply or at the money or below demand. Okay, remember at the money or above supply, at the money or below demand. Is it clear? That's how the strike selection needs to be done. Now directional exposure. Now here is where all the practical stuff starts coming in. So when you are trading directionally, so you are having a directional trade like a long call, long. What is because of intrinsic value, Deepa? Yes, you are right. Correct. Intrinsic value in case of buying and out of the money in case of selling. Why is it called net buying and net selling? When you do spread strategies, that is multiple option units, then you have to look at the net value, not individual options. Yes, Rameshji, AOA means at the money or above, the strike selection. When I come to example, Rameshji, it will be clear to you. Right now, just remember AOA means at the money or above supply, AOB means at the money or below demand. Right now, you just understand this. When I come to the examples, it will be very, very clear to you. That's used for strike selection. All right. Now, when you are doing directional trading, like let's say buy call, buy put, sell put, bull call spread, bear put spread, bull put spread, bear call spread, either of these you are going to do, the net delta, that is whatever combination of units you are using, the total net delta should be 0.25. 0.25. So if I said 0.25 delta, that means what is the participation number? 25 shares. At least 25 shares are participating. If you let's say have 100 shares in the options contract, 25 shares will start participating in the up move or down move immediately. We know long options always have dynamic leverage. So as the underlying starts moving in your favor, the participation will keep on increasing, correct? Risk versus reward. Both debit and credit trades need to provide you minimum of 3:1. Okay, is this clear? The option selection parameters net. Okay, I'll come to net delta later on, not now. When we get into section 2 and section 2 and above strategies, it will be clear. Net, what is net delta, what is net buying options, net selling options. All right. Okay, this is the reward to risk slide. Forget that. Okay. We use options as a substitute for script. Therefore, the orders used to The simulated. So now you are in the price of the underlying. We either use conditional orders or we act manually when the script hits stop. Alright, welcome back everyone. Can you guys see my screen and hear my voice? Alright, so it's power issue. Today is Thursday and sometimes we have power cuts in Pune. So it takes time for the generator to kick in. Yes, Chandrasekhar, I'm from Pune. Alright. Okay, so now it might happen that this will happen again because right now this is happening from this is on generator. So once the power comes back, it will be done. Yesterday also I was in Pune. Day before yesterday also I was in Pune. Before that also I was in Pune. All right. Now we use options as a substitute for script. Therefore, the orders used to play enter or exit options have to be related to the price of the underlying. We either use conditional orders or we act manually when the script hits stop, entry, or target. More advanced traders use neutralization techniques only applicable to long gamma positions, and this neutralization is covered in depth in XLTs. It's not a topic for this class, it's a topic for XLT. All right. So remember, how do we trade? Okay, so let me show it to you. So let's assume that was my entry. That was my stop. And that's my target. All right. So let's assume this is my entry stop target. And we did all our analysis and study and everything and found out that this is the options trade is great. We don't have to worry about anything. Everything is perfect for the options trade. Okay, then what do we do? How do we place our trades? So once the underlying script, that is a stock, hits 10683.10, that's when you go and simply buy a whatever. Let's say if it was a call option, you go and buy the call option. So now you are in the trade. Now if Nifty hits 10573, your stop loss has triggered, you exit your option at whatever price is there in the market. And similarly, if it hits the target, get out at market. All right. We do not trade based on anything else but the underlying its demand, get into the options trade. Okay, so by the way, this is the example: entry, stop, and target. So when, and let's say this is you, the strategy is you have to buy a 10,700 call option and everything is fitting in perfectly. So when Nifty drops down to 10683.10, then you go ahead and buy the 10,700 call at whatever price it is. The simulated price will be closer to whatever you are going to get into. If it hits 573, you will exit it because your stop has been hit. If it hits this value, then you are going to go and exit for a profit. Yes, in Trade Tiger, it is manual placement. What is and using 90-60 day frame period? Go ahead, Harish. रमेश जी, इस 10680 है क्या अपने पास कॉल ऑप्शन?